let's share releasing and forgiving. I have got notes galore on all of this, and I would love to share some of this with you. So many of us have self-sabotaging beliefs that have been brought through from previous lives, from this life, and we sit and try and analyse it. Actually, we don't need to know where any of these unserving beliefs came from. The best thing we can do is recognise it. Hey, I just got triggered, or that didn't feel very nice. And say to ourselves, I'm going to keep this small. I'm going to recognise, gee, I've got a bit of work to do. If we allow it to grow and go into the darkness, then we're repeating patterns. We're going to reincarnate, and that is not serving. We're taking ourselves back into pain. Maybe there's a part of us that want to go back there. If you're deciding, I want to be complete with some of these unserving patterns, how do I do it? I'm going round and round in circles. I've got a habit. I can't break this habit. I can't break this cycle. You absolutely can. Recognise that it's happening. Recognise that these patterns are coming up. Recognise that you are bringing in friends, partnerships, siblings, whatever it is, family members, to remind you of the part that you have forgotten. Say it again. Reminding you of the part that you have forgotten. Because you are the only person standing in the room. You are here to pick up deeper lessons, to uproot yourself, to reveal yourself, to create transparency in yourself. When you are connected to divine, you feel complete, safe, capable, enough, authentic, and most of all, you feel peaceful. You have space. You feel open. Abundance comes in. So many people talk about law of attraction. Let's change that to law of belief. Because when you are using law of attraction, you're still reaching out. You're vomiting out for answers. Oh, if I do law of attraction, I'll meet the most amazing, perfect partner, the one that's going to agree with everything that I say or do. No! When I do law of attraction, I'm going to bring in the most amazing job 6 months down the line. Oh, I thought that was amazing, but that job just really irritates me, or the person there really irritates me, or I didn't think that the job was, what it actually turned out to be. We reincarnated, we reached outside of ourselves for the answer instead of coming in to our heart center. Up here is the human self. The heart center crosses over down into the spiritual self, our lower 3 chakras. Get out of the mind, into the body, and retrain your mind with new beliefs. How do we do that? We recognize, hey, I recognise that that's coming up again, and I'm not going to minimise it or deny it. I'm going to accept this. This is a deeper lesson coming in. I have more work to do. I played a part in this. Not my car broke down, it ran out of petrol, oh, it's because I forgot to fill it up, or they really said something that really hurt me, and I don't feel very nice and it's all their fault. No, you played a part in this. You are the creator. It's a lesson coming in. You are triggered. You are sensing discomfort. Every time we are not feeling love, we are abusing ourselves. End of. So, when we're in love's presence, we feel peace. When we are not in love's presence, we feel scared, neglected, unsafe, not in peace, dysregulated. We can bring ourselves back. So, how do we do that? Recognize, accept. We can then empty. We can complete. Look, how many times do you do a project and when it's completed, do you keep going back and looking at the project? Oh, just go back and have a look at it. No, it's complete. Do you take the garbage out into your garden or out the front and put it in the bin and go, oh no, I really miss that garbage. I really need that garbage to come back. I need to hold on to it. If you are not forgiving, then you are not fully releasing. When you fully forgive from your heart, you create clearance. You lose the victim. You are not victimizing yourself anymore. You can dismantle anything that's happened in the past. You stop blinding yourself. We're all blinding ourselves with lessons that we could learn. And we're blinding ourselves from it, like dismissing it, distracting, blaming others, projecting out, repeating. We're staying victim. Forgiveness breaks up victim. Forgiveness breaks patterns. It loses the karma. It erases the Akashic records. It releases shame. It releases regret. It brings peace. It creates space. But it's not the forgiveness that, oh, well, I really ought to say sorry. I really ought to forgive them, but I don't actually mean it. I'm doing it so that I feel okay. Forgiveness is I truly release. Spirit, I admit I have been behaving to myself in a way that's really unserving. I have been bringing in pain. Example, I have been feeling unworthy. I keep having these self-sabotaging thoughts that come in and they're really negative and I don't know what to do with them. Speak to Spirit. Spirit, I admit that I have been creating this pain. Spirit, I admit that these are not serving me and I am ready to complete. Please help me. Please show me the way. I open myself up in my heart to fully release and bring the peace and joy that I know my true authentic self really is. I wash myself free. I become unstuck. Present regrets release. There's no signs of sickness. My symptoms release. My symptoms reduce. It opens me up. We wake up. We wake up from that coma. We pull those tubes out. We take that breath in and we become alive. We clear those records from past lives, records from this life. Why are we holding on to them? Look, if you are sat here watching this and you are repeating a behavior, ask yourself, does it feel good? Does it feel nice? Is there discomfort? Thank you. I pick up that lesson. I keep it small. Damn, I got some more work to do. You are the creator. If you are living in chaos, you are recreating that chaos. You are keeping that chaos. You are reincarnating it. Take accountability. Take responsibility. Acknowledge it. Accept it. Empty it. Refill. And give thanks. Gee, that was a blessing. Thank you so much for showing me that lesson that I finally picked up after however many years. I don't know how long you've been carrying a pattern for, but you pick up that lesson and wow, does your life change? Does abundance start to shift and bring in everything that you already have inside that you need and you deserve in this life? It doesn't just clear the past, you see. Forgiveness is preventative for the future. It cleans out projects that were completed but you still maybe just holding on to, keeping control. Release it. It's unserving. It's creating a cycle of pain. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. Just be. Law of belief. You absolutely have the power to change your beliefs. And if you're not, then you like feeling pissed off. You like feeling this anger. You like feeling this resentment. You like feeling these patterns somewhere. You're holding on to it. You decide when you are ready to let go and choose to think and feel in a way that the divine would like you to think and feel. We are creating such a complex society because humans are dysregulated. Our soul self, our authentic self isn't dysregulated. It's sitting feeling all of the pain and chaos that we're creating in our bodies. Why do you think all these symptoms come? Why do you think all the disease and illness comes in? Blocks. Unblock. Release the patterns. Release those beliefs. Get rid of that plaque. The plaque won't stay there inside you if there's nothing for it to stick to. Unstick yourself. Here's an example. Here's an exercise. So, write down every relationship you've had. Parental, friendship, intimate, and with yourself. And list all of the qualities that they would say about you that are unserving. Controlling, overwhelming, ignorant, selfish, arrogant, judgmental, anything. You may not believe with it. You may not believe it, okay? But just write it down. Look at the patterns. Does the same word come up more than one time? And then ask yourself, have I ever done that behaviour to anybody else? So somebody, if you keep getting, they don't listen, they don't listen, they don't listen, they don't listen, they don't listen. Have you ever done that yourself? Have you ever not listened? In which case, it's a karmic repercussion. It's coming back to teach you, for you to release a behaviour that may have felt not very nice for you to acknowledge it and then release it. So it's either your behaviour to others that you need to clear, or behaviour to the self. Either way, it's all about you. Either way, you are the one stood in the room. Either way, you are the one feeling how you're feeling right now. Nobody else is feeling this. They're your feelings. And you have a choice to continue or to change. And those lessons come in to teach you forgiveness. Complete the projects. Fill with new beliefs. I am worthy. Not just writing the affirmations down, just writing them. You're not actually changing yourself. By writing them, you're still writing out externally. The change comes from within you. What you are reflecting out from your inner self is going to come back in and reflect back to you. All relationships, friendships, parental, intimate, yourself, they reveal our wounds and trigger. So when we think, oh, they're wounding me, they're triggering me, they're annoying me, it's a lesson. Pick it up. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a mirror value for you to become a better version of yourself. Come through it with the work done. Release, shift more, change your energy. That's what changes your vibration. That's what raises you up higher. Uprooting, that transparency. You're doing away then with the rage. You're becoming responsible. Yeah, that law of being. Being you. You're authentic. Otherwise we're in denial. Think about what's repeating in your life. Think about the areas of life that you want to improve and ask yourself, am I owning it? And then think of those situations that have brought you discomfort. And when you observe it back, you're going to realize that in all of these situations that have brought you discomfort, you were the common denominator. See the pattern. See that you played a part. And reach the point where you're willing to sacrifice. Leave the old you to rest, to die and just rest. And that new you can come through, like the seasons, like nature, new roots, new buds, new flowering, new wings, whatever you want to grow it. You know, lose that fear of control, lose that fear of rejection, that fear of abandonment, that fear of being liked, that fear of not being good enough, that fear of that having to people please so that people like you and you feel accepted. Become aware and realize that you didn't know. You didn't know. And just ask the Spirit, please help me. Please help me. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready to do the work in here, not in here. So many of us know it in here. We're staying in here. This projects out. Know it in here. Change. Forgive. Really sit with those discomforting feelings. That's why meditation can be so powerful. Sit with it. Feel it. Experience it. Use your wisdom and your strength. You have everything you need inside. New vibrations. Let that divine come in. Stop obsessing. Stop obsessing about the controls, obsessing why you feel this way, obsessing why you keep self-sabotaging, obsessing about situations that have happened, obsessing about experiences, feeling confused about things. You don't know you. Get to know you. Then all this stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The lessons matter. Ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, in all the areas, and it may be a long one, it may be a short one, of things that you would like to clear and work on. And then ask yourself, do I feel safe enough? Do I feel stable that I can press that button and go and play with it? If the answer is no, do the work with no distractions, no other person, no other involvement. And when you can answer yes, press that play button, go and play it, and see the lessons that you have picked up and create success. And you may be sat there thinking, well, I don't want to forgive. Even if you can find 1 out of 10 forgiveness, Spirit will say, wow, hey, we've got one over here. They're about to forgive 1 out of 10, that little ounce. That's amazing. Imagine how they're going to feel when they give 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And before they know it, they're feeling good. It feels good to release, no matter how difficult it is to forgive and release. And it can feel so frightening. It can feel so different. It can feel so challenging. It can feel so confrontational. Forgive it and release it, because the benefits that come through from it far outweigh any negative sensation that you may be experiencing now. Remember, you're repeating a pattern. You're repeating sensations. You're repeating experiences that don't feel good. Recognize, accept, empty, refill, give thanks. Give thanks from here and say, wow, that was a tough lesson. That was a tough lesson, but I picked it up. Success. So I leave it with you, and so it is. Releasing and forgiving, and the power of belief is the way to really express, let ourselves go, and start feeling our most authentic and amazing selves. And I hope this video has helped. With love.